Hey everyone, it's Salama and welcome to my video. I'm so glad you're here. In this video today, I am talking about manifesting using your expectations. Now, the reason why I'm so excited about this series that I'm doing is because this is something that you can do right now, something that is going to change your life immediately. You can start this today after you watch this video because I'm going to show you step by step how to move from a mindset that has a lot of fear and anxiety to a more abundant mindset. I'm going to show you how to achieve your goals and manifest the things that you want in the life that you want using just your expectations. This is one of the easiest ways to do. You don't need a whole bunch of skill. The only thing you really absolutely need is a bit of practice and consistency. And there you have it. So let's talk about manifesting. When you talk about manifesting, those are usually your goals, the things that you want to do, how you envision your life, how you envision your job, your relationships, all sorts of things like that. So how do you use your expectations in order to manifest and bring to life the things that you see in your head? Basically, how do you make this a tangible thing? How do you bring it to reality? Well, let's talk about the future. We got to talk about the future. Now, when I say that, many people are instantly stuck with fear because let's face it, when you have a goal, you never really know exactly what is going to happen, exactly how things are going to play out. However, that's what creates the fear is the unknown, the uncertainty. And we've got to move from fear to something that is more tangible. And we're going to use expectations for that. Now, let me say something about expectation. Expectation is a very, very powerful emotion. Okay. So when you're expecting something, let's just say you have a goal to start a business. And a lot of times, what I hear from my clients in my online communities is, well, I don't really know if I want to start a business, but I don't really know if it's going to work. I don't really know if it's a really good idea. I don't know if people will buy it, so I'm scared. I never really jumped into it. That's because when you think about it and that fear chord is struck, your entire body, biologically and physically, your mind as well, that it aligns with the fear. It doesn't align with the goal. And that's one of the biggest reasons why you're not manifesting the things that you want is because you're struck in fear. So, how do you move past that fear? Well, that is the expectation because expectation is a mindset of certainty, right? So, if you were expecting something bad to happen, that's how you prepare. But the same is true on the flip side. If you're expecting something good to happen, guess what? Your body, your mind, your spirit will align with the good. It will align with the goal. You will be able to see if problems arise, you'll be able to see a path through it and not as something that is going to stop you from achieving your goals or doing the things that you want to happen. So most people, they kind of expect the worst, but they hope for the best. And it's like the saying that you throw spaghetti noodles against the wall, hoping something sticks. Well, that is the type of mindset that you have to actively work to change. And here's a way that you can do that. You can simply realize that that is a cultural conditioning, that says, hey, don't get your hopes up. And so what happens is when you don't get your hopes up, you literally end up settling for less. So anything that is above what you originally wanted to do or your goal, let's stick with the whole opening the business, right? And you not getting your hopes up. Well, I want to start my business in the next year. I want to have things going. Let's just say that's the goal, whatever. If you set the expectation of, I'm not getting my hopes up, well, guess what? That one sale that you made the one time from one of your friends suddenly seems like the best thing to happen to you. And then a few weeks later, you're like feeling really deflated because you start recognizing it for what it is. You expected the worst, you got something mediocre, and now you're incredibly let down. At first, you're excited, and then you're incredibly let down because the momentum is down. So, when you change that expectation to doing the thing that you wanted to do, let's say opening the business, you will set a different goal of, okay, listen, I want to make $100 of sales, in this month. And then you work your way up. You're setting the expectation to succeed, as opposed to setting the expectation of, well, let me not put all my eggs in one basket. Let me, just kind of hope for the best and hope things, play out for me or pan out for me, or that I'll be successful. And that typically doesn't happen. So when you experience the mediocre result, you'll be excited for a second, but it's not really anything that's, long living. There's nothing you can really do with that. So when you expect something, you're going to expect nothing but the best for what it is that you want. Now, everything is, different according to people, depending on who you ask. However, that's why it's always a good thing to get clear on what it is that you want. Don't do the whole, let me just try it and see what happens. Be clear about what it is that you want. Write it down in a journal. Write it down put it on a vision board or something. Tell your best friend, someone, or your support, or whoever you have supporting you, or whatever. Tell somebody and get in and begin to move your mindset from scarcity and I don't know what's going to happen and let's not get my hopes up, to expecting this to work out for you. Without good expectations, your relationships, your career, your life, literally everything will be something that very mediocre that you didn't expect. And this is how people get caught up in constantly never being satisfied, or feeling like their needs are heard, or feeling productive in life or satisfied. Simply using your expectations on that deep psychological level is really how you're going to move past being scared, being nervous, procrastinating, all of those negative things that we typically don't want when you're trying to manifest things. So I want you to keep that in mind when you are manifesting using your expectations. And I also want you to remember that when you set the expectations and the behavior, you can consciously control that. You can consciously control your expectations and you're conscious, but only if you choose to. So if you don't make a conscious choice to do so, it's still not going to happen. All right. So that's it for today's video. If you are into mindset, manifestation, you definitely want to join my Divine Alchemy community on Facebook, where I post content, and there's a wonderful community there where I interact with you guys to make the mindset shift and change so that you can get to living a more fulfilled life and do the things that you are really wanting to do. All right, that's it. Until next time.